His release clause isn't really one number, it depends who's buying. Right in the middle of the World Cup, on the 22nd of June 2026, Julián Álvarez came out and said it himself. He'd spoken to the Atletico board, and he genuinely believed a move was best for everyone involved. Atletico's response since then has been ice cold, a flat refusal to even discuss it with Barcelona, at any price, because as far as the club's concerned, he knew exactly what he was signing and exactly what that release clause said. Banners went up around the Maya de Honda training ground, Julián fuera, his number 19, crossed right out. Then jeers at the Metropolitano, in a game he wasn't even picked for. Then it stopped being about feelings and got serious. Atletico took the case to FIFA and the Spanish Federation, while Alvarez's own agent went on Instagram and flat out called the club's chief executive a liar. And here's the twist, Real Madrid offered €150 million for his rights, went public with it, got rejected too. This was never just about Barcelona. Atletico have been here before, 2019. Antoine Griezmann. Back in 2018, he told the world he was staying, in his own documentary no less. A year later, Barcelona came in and paid his release clause, €120 million. And Atletico's complaint back then was, word for word, the exact same one they're making now. That the club and player had already shaken hands on a deal before the buyout price dropped from €200 million down to €120 million on the 1st of July. And then it all fell apart. He flopped at Camp Nou, came back on loan, and the permanent transfer eventually got done for just €20 million. Barcelona burned about €100 million on the whole saga. Two details tell you everything. That 2021 loan meant Atletico would owe Barcelona €40 million if Griezmann played 45 minutes in half his available games. So the club actually told Simeone keep our own player on the bench, just to force a cheaper deal. 5 years on, he left in May 2026 as their all-time record scorer, 212 goals, in tears, apologizing to the fans at his very last home game. That €500 million number everyone throws around isn't a valuation, it's a border. It only kicks in if the buyer is Spanish. Now here's the thing, the actual terms have never been published, so nobody fully agrees. One report says 400 million, another says 500 million for anyone. A third says certain Champions League clubs could get him for around 150 million plus tax. And get this, those provisions were written back in 2024 when he signed from Manchester City, on a deal running all the way to 2030, years before Atletico ever needed them. Here's the shift. Atletico have gone from not for sale to not for sale in Spain, meaning Arsenal can have him for around €150 million, funded by selling Gyökeres and Martinelli. Now think about that number. It's €50 million above what Barcelona had rejected, and it's the exact same €150 million Real Madrid were told no to. So an English club ends up paying a Spanish rival surcharge for a player neither Spanish giant could get their hands on. And here's the thing, the real holdup isn't the money at all. He doesn't want to go back to the Premier League, not after Manchester City, family reasons, visa reasons. And he's had a quiet agreement with Barcelona since May. Widen it out because the Premier League's got the same trap. Chelsea tied Enzo Fernandez down to 2032, 9.5 years, spreading a £106 million fee at about £11.15 million a season. He said on international duty he'd like to live in Spain, got dropped for 2 games. Chelsea named a £120 million price, Manchester City didn't meet it, and he's still there. Now here's the extreme case, and the irony on this one is just perfect. Manchester City signed Erling Haaland out of Dortmund by paying a £51 million release clause. Then in January 2025, they went and removed every single release clause from his contract, in a 9.5-year extension worth a reported £500,000 a week. Longest deal in Premier League history, longer even than the 9 years Cole Palmer signed. Runs all the way to 2034, when he'll be 34 years old. No clause, no expiry pressure, no way out unless City say so. This stopped being about a fee. It became about permission, plain and simple. So you tell me, is this a €500 million player, or just a €150 million one who wants the wrong postcode?